Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. Mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, live the life we love. Wednesday is my Jewish joke day, and I like to make fun of my own culture, people who are too uptight and can't understand and get too politically correct. What can I do? Not intended to offend you, but make fun of myself and the other people where I come from in New York, and all the years I spent in upstate New York at the Borscht Hotel circuit, learning from the comedians and comics. Yeah, so these three guys are discussing how their lovemaking went with their wife. So the Italian guy says, "Hey, last night I made love to my wife. I smeared her body in olive oil and she screamed for 5 minutes." Guys are very impressed. Then the French guy says, "Sacre bleu, last night I made love to my wife. I smeared her body in sweet butter. We made love and she screamed for 10 minutes." Very impressed. Then the Jewish guy says, "Well, listen, last night I made love to my wife. I smeared her body with schmaltz, chicken fat. And then we made love and she screamed for an hour." And the other two guys said, "How'd you get her to scream for an hour?" "I wiped my hands on the drapes." All right, so it's Alan Watts week, as you know. And first, let's forgive everybody. I know some nasty things are out there, but as far as I read the scriptures, Jesus never asked for someone to make an apology before he forgave them. Um, just do your best if you've offended anybody not to ever do that again, right? So the whole idea, of course, is to not just transcend, but to transform our life in the flesh. We're spiritual beings having a physical experience, not physical beings having a spiritual experience. So the whole idea of contemplation is to not acquire God or spirit as if we could get it. It's not an acquisition, it's an appreciation. You're already given everything you need to just be grateful and thankful. Besides, this moment contains more than we ever could possibly understand. It so far transcends our understanding. And besides, I'm not from the group that believes that we need to grovel, and as if something is needed by God for us to do, like worship or praise. There's nothing beyond the infinite glory of what spirit is that we need to strive for in order to add something to it. It already is the completion, the pleroma, the fullness of everything. There's no future for God the way we think about it, wherein God may have something that God doesn't have now, including whatever we need to give them as a human being. But there is a part that we have to play. I do believe that St. Francis represents a model of a person that doesn't find any inconsistency between whatever kind of rigorous spiritual asceticism you want to put on the bridle of love in your life and spiritual gaiety, which is expressed in his day and age was the troubadours, the lilting melodies that show that the heart of being is joy. So whatever it is that you've been given to do, you could think of it as an assignment from spirit for you to carry out. And that if you hear about this, the more you understand, the more you really know what spirit is. You're given a mind to remember these things, a will to actively show your love, an imagination to represent to yourself the loftiest conception or images you have, even though none of them can really contain it or describe it. And then eyes to behold the beauty, ears to hear the wonderful sounds, a tongue to praise, and so forth. But not because spirit needs it, but because it's a natural evocation that comes out of us when we're gripped. They call it anyamanas in yoga, the divine seizure. So may we all learn how to let go of our vanity and instead live a life of verity. May we all have patience to continue to do the work, even if there are appearances to the contrary, and then realize that everybody deep within has a jewel of gentle spirit So trust your sincere inner sentiments. What you feel for other people when they're suffering is not a mistake. It's what makes you so human. So may we all find our way to consecrate and devote ourselves to the service of each other. Because if I could think of spirit as a human form, I would think that's what spirit would want us to do.